Stunt actor!
You did this!
Welcome to episode 2 of Guerrilla Warframe.
Where we share combined experiences on set, working behind
And in front of the camera.
to give you a multi-sensory insight to filmmaking on a budget like never before.
My name is Wadi Jones, professional stunt actor.
I'm Adeola Alao, filmmaker extraordinaire.
And this is Guerrilla Warframe.
Welcome. Today we're going to break down a commercial we submitted in 2015 to the Doritos Super Bowl Contest.
I'm excited about this one. Let's get right into it.
Word.
Are you done?
Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
Hey, you watching the game tonight?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey!
So one of the first things about this piece is lighting all around is pretty even. It's not very moody. We're going for like the clean commercial look. The majority of the time, I just have lights bouncing into the ceiling, just giving like a soft, even light falling down the actors. So this opening scene here.
Are you done?
Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
This frame is one of my favorites in the piece. So you can really tell what's going on. 2 against 1. The lead female actress, she's just not having it. And the 2 bad to the bone guys are just like, but this is
roommates.
exactly the frat boys.
Yeah.
This is what I meant by the soft, even light coming from above. And then in the bathroom, I have one hot light that's just shooting out the door, just rimming both of the male actors.
For me, it really looks like a commercial. And I want you to talk to them about like these lights, the light sources. Where did you get them from? How much are they? Like, how did we acquire this them in this process?
So the light sources I had borrowed from a friend of mine who's a photographer. So I just asked for a favor. So that light that's in there is a Lowell hot light, and then outside I have 2 Octabank lights, and they have like 6. What are they called?
The bulbs?
Yeah, bulbs. Why is the name? What's it? It's just called light bulbs.
Light bulbs.
Yeah. It's just 6 light bulbs, which has like a diffusion on it. So it's just those 2 of them just blasting into the ceiling.
Hey, you watching the game tonight?
Yeah.
Cool.
This was all about timing.
Yeah.
Like with the lines and her look.
Yeah, and the lighting still stays the same.
Yeah.
Still have that soft light, and then camera left, on her right side, you have that warm tungsten light, just to keep that language, continuous. And then you come in with the question, watching the game tonight. She looks to the right.
Keenan steals the plate.
Takes her plate. She's like, wait, what happened? Looks to the left, or looks to her right, camera left.
And then I snag the orange juice.
And then she gives up.
And
then the fork. Yeah, and then that's, yeah. Now we gotta talk
about that real quick.
There's a lot happening in this.
So that real quick, just the whole product placement, like we were really on top of like trying to.
I'm pretty surprised that long ago we were doing inserts.
Yeah, like heavy.
Like this, because I wouldn't even do those inserts now, But and not that there's anything wrong with it, because this actually cuts. It cuts really well. Because of
I think
the amount of
way
inserts.
Smooth. Like I never even realized it until we like tried to like swatch it slowly.
Yeah, and now I try to do it all in one take, and it would not work. it just won't. So in this entry, it's just she has a light in the back of her. Again, everything is we just want to make everything bright, and we go for the grab.
Nice behind the back toss. The way you cut that was so perfect.
And a lot of the action here, the camera movement is like locked off, because again, we wanted to keep that commercial look. There's no handheld or anything. Everything is on a tripod, period. Yeah. And if there's movement, it's a pan.
We realized when I was starting behind my back, it just wasn't landing Doritos upright in his hand. So this frame, when Addy whips the camera, I just toss it to Keenan to make sure that the bag landed like straight up with the Doritos logo
Yeah,
facing
you
out.
tossed that a couple times too.
Yeah, and it was just really hard to get it to.
Because the toss had to be good, and then it had to land
yeah.
good, and then he also had to hold it in such a way where it still feels like robust. And then the background here, because there was just an office in the back.
Oh
I
yeah,
had,
those lights back there.
you had LEDs just at the back in the office just to brighten up the glass. Oh
That's awesome,
yes, you recognize her from Spray Ground.
Yeah,
Maria Del Mar Gonzalez. So this is actually the first project.
That wasn't the first time you've ever worked with
No,
her.
no, no. I worked with her on another project that I was camera operating on. Actually, I worked with her on 2 projects.
Prior to this.
Yeah, prior to this. But this is the first project that we worked
As
together.
like a full team, like.
As a full team. And the first project I was directing and DPing with her. There's a whole world that just opened for us from doing Doritos. But this is the first time she was really acting, which is cool. So this shot just started off as your close-up. And then her note was to tilt the head down and kind of, raise the eyebrows. So we know it's about to go down. And then I just did the rest in post. I dropped 2 black bars, closing in gives you that Sergio Leone feel. And then I had like this action elements package. I had flames. I just, threw them in her eyes and just masked out around her eyes. It all came together and it gave that look that she's about to strike. Oh, hold on, you gotta talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Driver.
Yeah, so this was Maria's very, very first time doing any kind of stunts. She was really open to learning, and Keenan was one of my students. He knew his body really well. He comes from a dance background, also an acrobat. So what we had to do is get Maria to place her more of her shin or calf muscle onto Keenan's chest, and Keenan was wearing a belly wrap, and she used her arm to basically help push him away and make sure there wasn't too much impact coming from the knee. And I was behind Keenan holding like one of those 2-incher mats, like ready to catch him. And Maria really went for it and sent it. Now, first couple of takes she was doing a little soft, but eventually we were like, come on, Maria, like, just give it to him. And like, he was ready for it. She did a great job of the knee placement and making sure the flat of her calf muscle was on Keenan's stomach, and launched him.
And there wasn't that much room in there. So
not
like,
a lot of room at
what
all.
was the note, or, because I think she took like 2 or 3 steps.
Yeah, it was only.
But it looks like she's been
was
running for like half a mile.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She was like, looks like she's booking it. She's just a super athlete, and she just made it look really good.
Yeah. All right, wait. For the record, every time you whipped your head, I swore you cracked your head open.
Yeah, we were. And funny thing about this take, it definitely looks like I hit my head. And the technique that I used for this was I was really about 3 to 4 inches away from that wall, and right before, like as I turned around, I had to make sure. Remember, I kept like turning around and like checking like how close. Yeah. And I had to really like make sure I was like the good enough distance away. But what it made it look like I was hitting my head is as I hit my head, I slid my body underneath that line, the ridge line, so it looked like I actually passed that point. But my head actually never comes any closer than 3 inches away from that space.
That's wild.
And with the sound effects and everything you put in there, it looks like I really smashed my face on that wall.
Wait, and then also the smile.
Oh, that was my acting.
Okay.
I love this.
Yeah, this is just intense. So, I know this was done in 3 steps.
Yep.
Which is in 3 steps. It cuts like it's 1. But, so for the first sticks, close up, high.
Yeah.
Just because we know that she's going up and you're going up.
Again, no track.
Yeah,
And
no
you had,
track
like,
again.
yeah. That's awesome that you did that. Like,
Yeah,
no, because now we try and move with so much of the action.
I gotta resort back to my old
this
ways.
is great. This particular, to all my stunt people out there, the technique I use for this, I use my shoulder as my impact point, because it's like the strongest part of my body, and my hand as a support point to keep my face away from the ceiling. So I never actually hit my face on the ceiling, but it plays through so quickly that it does. Another thing we did was we just laid a bunch of cushions down on the ground.
Yeah.
And then I jumped off some apple boxes as high as I could. Maria just kept her hand placed on my back, and after I hit the ceiling, I just fell to the ground on this particular frame.
Ooh. So that's a third part. For the third part, camera comes down, but you're already suspended in the air. Like your legs are already out.
Yeah, so there was a lot of working pieces in this particular shot, from the acting standpoint to the stunt standpoint and to the camera operator. We had one table. Only one table means one take. That's it.
We had one shot.
One shot.
Yeah.
So the conversation with Maria was like, after I go through this table, like, keep acting. Don't worry about me. It's going to be fine. And she's like, she's such a boss, such a professional. Yeah. And she really stuck with that. For me, this particular time, I had to jump off the floor. I jumped off the floor to go straight into a flat back. And I'm wearing a gator back on. So I do have a back pad on. And I just prepared for impact. All the impact and everything going down was on me. Maria didn't pull me down. I just told her to stick with my sweater. Yep. And she did a really good job at that. But then Addie's job was actually very complex as well, if you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I just had to make sure not to F it up, essentially. So, so it was tracking Wadi hitting the table, but not tracking before he hits the table. I'm following, but Wadi is always leading.
As simple as that might sound for some people, that's something I run into all the time, like when I film with other people, where like I'll be throwing a scorpion into the ground, and that's when like you throw your shoulder into the floor and your legs come over your head. I'll throw that into the ground, and the camera operator will like go before I go or after I go, and it completely messes up the take.
Yeah.
And it sucks to wreck if the camera guy doesn't keep the action in frame. Yeah. So that was really important to like get that
to really
done
nail
that way.
that.
So
yeah.
I commend you for...
Thank you. Yeah, but don't get me wrong. I mean, everyone was scared ishless. There was a point where before you jumped, I remember I just kept tilting the camera down just to make sure, just to check, to check it's working.
Okay, I got it.
All right, I think I'm good. Yeah. But everything just was in sync with the jump to the tilt to the slam. It was all perfect, and then it ended with our boom.
I love just quick on that table wreck.
Yeah.
Addie added a little bit of dust in post.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that looked really cool, that little addition to the break.
Yeah.
It was like the table didn't necessarily shatter, it just broke into three pieces.
Yeah.
So that little effect added a lot to it. Yeah, man.
Doritos.
Still holds weight.
So overall, we spent money on the table.
We went to
Goodwill.
And we bought a table. I believe it was about $30 for the table.
And then also that little boat. Yeah, we saw it on our way out. We ended up buying a really cool sailboat.
I wonder what happened to that.
Yeah, I think we left it there.
Yeah, maybe. Just to add something to the environment.
Yeah, that we bought a bag of Doritos.
Yes. Boat was like $10 or $15, so we'll say 15.
Yeah.
So
that was about
we're at $45.
And then the Doritos, I think that was like $3-4. Yeah. Yeah, and then the lights that were borrowed.
And the camera we shot with.
I borrowed it. Also borrowed the camera.
And what was that? What was the camera we shot with on this?
That was the Red Scarlet Mysterium X sensor.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and with I used a Canon 24 to 70 millimeter lens to shoot this entire thing. So the title Hit Like a Girl, we were going for something different but also relevant. You know, like when you hear Hit Like a Girl, you know, it's like usually like you hit like a girl as an insult or don't hit like a girl.
Like soft or something.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so our whole thing was, you know, take something, flip it on its head and like, no, hit like a girl. This is what hit like a girl.
This is what it's actually like.
Yeah.
They hit hard.
You get thrown through a table. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So I thought that was really cool. A lot of the things we had to think outside the box, DIY a lot of stuff, but at the same time, not like, we still created a safe environment. We still made sure the stunts were safe. We had a pretty good idea of what we wanted to accomplish, but we had to be creative in the process of doing so. Yeah, I'm really proud of this piece, man. We did a really good job.
Hit like a girl.
Eat like a queen. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can stay updated on our latest and greatest hits.
My name is Wadi Jones.
I'm Adeola Alao. And remember,
shoot, leap, fly, create. We'll see you on set.
See you on set.